So starting the test drive in this Trax. Now the 1.2 liter has decent pickup. Both of the turbocharged 3-cylinders have pretty good pickup there. I like the 1.3 a little better. It feels just a tad less strained. But both of them, the turbo kicks in is a nice pull. Now I do like on the low end, you do get a feeling of boost from the turbocharger, and kind of in that sweet spot between 2200 4000 RPMs where you feel the full-on effect. Again, not necessarily fast, but it's not your typical 1.2 3-cylinder. I'm gonna give it some pull here getting on the interstate though. So decent acceleration here. Now we do get the adaptive cruise control. The way this one's spec'd out, being a 2RS and whatnot. And it's nice to have that, especially if you have to go on longer journeys. The overall comfort of the seats, the Evo Tex is a bit plush for me. I like to have a sturdier seat, something that has a bit more support to it, but I feel like a lot of people will appreciate this more than having a cloth seat. But again, for me, I just wish had a tad bit more of a supportive feel to it, especially with this being a manual seat without lumbar support. But ride quality is pretty solid, seeing as this has 19-inch wheels on it. Wind noise is pretty good too. And it's just a very easy car to drive in general. Now when it comes to the price point, I do like this over the Kona. And there are a few other options out there like this, but I just feel like this is the best that you can get for the money. In terms of the features that you get, I mean, adaptive cruise control is a big plus. I do wish we had lane centering, but not really a big deal. But the redesigned interior definitely makes it feel like it's worth a bit more money than it might have been prior to being a 24. And the fuel economy is still pretty good, and you have something that actually, I just feel like this vehicle looks like something that you'd want to drive as opposed to the outgoing Trax. The outgoing Trax was just a tad boring. Even in the highest trim level, you didn't really get something that, at least in my opinion, that I'd be proud to drive. And something like this, I feel like it still turns heads, still looks good. And what you get in the package feels a lot more than 26 grand. And say what you will about having a 3-cylinder, but I mean, gets the job done so that you can have that higher fuel economy and still something that when the turbocharger kicks in can be relatively quick. But if you're looking for a vehicle like this, again, make sure you click on that link below, and we'll have the dealers in your area fighting to get you that best price on one. And then this one here at Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro, I believe is either right at sticker or below, but I'll try to remember to put a link in the description to check that out. By the time this video is posted, it's very possible it'll be sold, but they're always coming in and out. But yeah, I think it's just a really good car for the money if you're trying to stay on a budget, especially with these higher interest rates, just the higher prices of vehicles in general, and then equate that with just the price of gasoline is always something you have to worry about. And the fact that this can also be driven on E85 is just another plus when you're thinking about getting something around this price point. But this will bring me to the end of my review of this new 2025 Chevy Trax in the 2RS trim level.